just across the Hudson from downtown Manhattan. We welcome you inside MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. A little dessert left. One more, and this one should be a good one. Off we go on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10. Right to the air from the 30 on the first play. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And nothing doing on that run. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early 3rd down coming up.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
3rd down and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now fair catch, he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. They'll run here with the rookie. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. A pass complete to Noah Brown.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Commander's 1st down. Back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get forward to about the 42. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here we go. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. He'll try the right side this time. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Go.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. He'll try and get there on the ground. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
Second and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Looking middle, and he's got Brown.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it first and goal. Off his own read, Daniels gonna hang on to it. A dive, but he's hit, and the ball's out. One of the Giants has it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
Second down and 8. He'll look to throw. That one intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. Now Daniels. He's in. Curtis Samuel. Touchdown, Washington. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Jonathan Allen, the big man from the interior, with the stop. So, 1 quarter in the books on this Thanksgiving night. It's the Commanders with the early lead. More from MetLife Stadium after this. They'll give it to ETN on the option. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff, ETN, and they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
Off play action, he'll set up to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. They'll look to throw. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Giants are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one. Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. To throw is Daniels. He'll go right and find his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. He'll try to get this one on the ground. 15-yard pickup there. First down, Washington.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
To the left side, it's caught by Brown. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing now, Daniel. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
And the Commanders' first down.
Now a give up the middle. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. They'll stick with him again. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold them to a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. Picked off by Adoree Jackson.
Oh, and in that spot, Mike, that's just painful to see. If the throw's not there, you want him to just get rid of it. Throw it 50 rows into the stands. Give somebody a souvenir. But worst case scenario, you've got to get to 4th down and have a shot at 3 points. But instead, after that pick, you come away with 0.
Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Now look out. That ball is free in the end zone. The defense has it. And that's going to be scooped up in the end zone. A fumble recovery for touchdown. What a mistake, Greg. That's the worst place on the field for that to happen. The fumble back in your own danger zone turns it into a disaster zone as the defense gets 6 points.
Yeah, and anytime you attempt to pass out of your own end zone, you're kind of rolling the dice a little bit, but what a great time to bring pressure. If you're the defense there, you know you have them backed up, you know their quarterback's looking to make a play to get out of there, and you dial up pressure at the perfect time, not only to force the fumble, Mike, but you're able to recover it in the end zone for 6.
Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Now a screen set up for ETN. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their second. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Check up.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Ready?
Back to the air again on second and 10. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup.
Back to the sideline and intercepted.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
To throw is Daniels on first and 10. He gets that to Brown. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's second and 2. Throwing is Daniels. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Try again. It's second and 10. Daniels now going to look to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Here's Austin Seibert now to try the field goal. This a 46-yard attempt. Seibert's kick is good. And the Commanders going to open up a 17-3 lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
The score, Commanders 17, Giants 3.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Adoree Jackson.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
Cowboy 80. Bronco 80. Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here. Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup, because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
He's got his tight end. That's Johnson.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot, then there's a medium zone option, and then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of down. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Here we go, set. Go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. There's that man again. Another catch.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll keep the drive moving. He's got the 1st down up to the 45.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. He'll get that to his tight end, Ben Sinnott. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. And in motion is Brown. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Here's Daniels. It is brought in the end zone. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Commanders.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Here we go. Here we go.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
And as the game goes on, these are the throws they got to find a way to connect with, those chunk plays. I like the idea of pushing it downfield, but the next time they get an opportunity, they've got to find a way to connect.
Ready?
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he's going to be taken down. A sack on what likely will wrap up play in this third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thanksgiving night. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Here we go, sack.
He'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot. And I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long.
Sack.
Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Let's go.
Here's a run. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Slayton is the man in motion. They'll go with him again. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Adoree Jackson gets a hand on it to make the play. Austin Seibert now for this field goal try. Officially a 29-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll air one out for Higgins. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
A big play for the Giants. A gain of 57 yards.
Let's go now. Go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got it at about the 8. And he'll be taken down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator...
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
This drive will start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down at the 17-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Daniels now on first down. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be second down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the gun, here's a handoff, and he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On first down, Daniels. Oh, the blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes. Now a timeout, Giants. That is their second.
This is a great example of the game within the game. They're making what they call Mike declaration, and that's what sets the responsibilities of all the protectors. And in this case, the Mike was the one who came. He's unblocked, and he's able to get home.
A throw left side, caught by Sinnott. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
3rd and long. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. Quick throw here is complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. The Giants going to call their 3rd and final timeout.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Handoff here, up the middle.
Let's go now.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll throw with Daniels. They'll try to hit him with a screen. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. And they will get a little extra time to enjoy it on this holiday weekend as they get the job done here on Thanksgiving. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from New Jersey.